be alive. There's no way you can have a artillery round land between your legs and the ground, blow up, and still be alive. The only thing I could do was get down on my knees in the praying position, and I had Professor facing me, helmet to helmet, my right hand in his right hand, and my left hand on his helmet. And every time a round would go overhead, we could feel I was sure it's going to hit us because it was accurate. One landed at maybe 5 meters, and it just sucked the air out of my lungs. And the next thing I know, this almighty thud. And it felt like someone had dragged me underground, and my eyes were open for the whole time. And in these computer games that you play, when you get shot, you get a red screen. I could see red.
Okay.
Visibly shaking, Shareef, hooked up to various machines and using a wheelchair to get around, breaks down as he recalls.
And I looked up, and Professor's body just went
Take your time.
like a rag doll. Landed on top of me. I don't know, at that point I knew that I'd been hit, but it just couldn't believe it. I was like, right, I'm dead here, this is where I die. So I accepted it, and I'm like, Professor, he was gone. He was gone. I couldn't get him off me. I tried to pull myself up, so I shouted out to Sham to make sure he was still alive, because I just fixed his arm up. I said, I can't get out. This Professor's on me. I said, can you help me? And this hero, still under fire, jumped out of the trench, grabbed Rocco by the helmet, pulled him off my body, pushed myself up, and this almighty agony through my lungs, through my arm, and I couldn't use my arm. I was a strong boy. I've been using the gym for the last 10 years, you know. And I looked down and my hand was hanging off. And all I had was my left arm. I had my belt kit around me, my body armor, everything on me. And I don't know how I managed to get the strength to pull myself out of that ditch, but I did. And as I pulled myself out of the ditch, I sort of rolled myself to the front, crawling, and there's a huge piece of shrapnel sticking out. I mean, like a tin can. So I forced myself onto my back. My commander pulled me away into some sort of cover. The rounds are still coming down. And then it started to rain. And I said to my commander, I was like, you need to get me off of these rocks. I'm lying on rocks here, I'm in agony. He said, you're not on rocks, mate. He said, that's the shrapnel that's gone up through your body armor into your back. So I was like, oh, what am I going to do? He's like, don't worry. He says, I don't know how I'm going to get you out of here. He says, I'm going to get you out of here. Where I was still conscious somehow, remember everything. And they said, he ain't going to make it. They got me to and that's when 7 operations went on all at once. I got a tattoo on my arm saying Slava Ukraina with a Cossack on it. I class myself as a Ukrainian British guy. My heart is with these people, and I tend after the war to come back here and live here.